Not achieving your goals? Panic time. Well, let's get you back on track. Most of us complain that we're not achieving our goals and we're not making progress, when in fact we have a lack of clarity of what our goals are, and we also have a lack of commitment and connection to them. So this video was inspired by Design by Joe on Instagram. Hello! So Design by Joe asked me a question on Instagram saying that he's having a hard time setting clear monthly goals. So this video is for you, and it's for you all who are also struggling having clarity on your goals and tracking your progress. Now, these are the tips that I use myself on a monthly basis. I do them religiously, no matter how bad my month went by, but I still do them at the end of the month or at the beginning of the new one. Before we continue, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already, so that you can stay tuned for upcoming videos. And I'm committing myself to making more videos for the next 3 months. So hopefully you will see more content coming up. All right, so the first thing that you need to do is to review your past month. And I know it's a tedious thing, like nobody wants to go back to the past 30 days and analyze what's been going and so on. But trust me, this is so important and it's so key, because you start realizing where your energy and attention is going to. Maybe you're not realizing that, but when you do that exercise, you become more aware of what you're doing with your time, what you're doing with your attention, what you're doing with your energy. And before you can move forward, you have to look back. So take the time to review your past month. Sit down with a piece of paper and a pen, or go back to your calendar if that helps, and start reviewing the events that went by, the things you went to, the things you did, and start analyzing how you're actually using your time. So ask yourself a few questions. The first one would be, what went right? So here, talk about your biggest achievements, things you did that brought you satisfaction and that made you, do a big progress. So note down all the successes you had throughout the month. I mean, I did this exercise just last night, and I really thought that September was like a rubbish month for me. But when I sat down and started thinking about the month of September, I realized that actually I did manage to get a lot of things done, and I felt so much happier about myself. So even though you think that you're not achieving much, just sit down and rethink about each week or day, even if you can, and see what actually was the highlight of the last month. The second thing that you need to ask yourself is, what went wrong? So here you will talk about things that didn't go the way you wanted them to go. So what were these things? I don't want to say the word failure, but maybe you would understand it better if I say this word. So here, say what are those failure between brackets to you? What went wrong? What did you not do so well? At this point, you're not criticizing yourself, you're not being harsh on yourself, and you're not judging yourself. You're just stating the facts. What went wrong during the last month? And the third question is, what could you have done better? In other words, what are the lessons that you learned that you're going to carry forward with for the coming month? Once you're clear about what went right, what went wrong, and what lessons you want to carry forward, it's time then to move forward to the next step. All right, the second step is to set or review your long-term goals. I talked about this in my past videos. It's really important to have some sort of vision of what you want to do or be in a year's time, in 5 years' time, or even 10 years' time. I know it can sometimes be overwhelming, but start with something you're comfortable with. Maybe just a year's time is fine. Or if you can project yourself in 5 years' time, it's even better. Now, of course, these are not set on stone. It can change, it can evolve. But the point is, you have some sort of direction that you're taking. If you want to do like e-commerce, you know it's e-commerce. If you want to be like a teacher, you know it's teaching. But some sort of direction that will help you throughout your monthly planning. And here, the key is to be as specific as possible. I hear so many people say, I want to make more money. And like Tony Robbins says, all right, I'll give you $1, you have more money. Right? So you need to be very specific on what you want to get. You want to make more money. How much more money? You may not get that target, or maybe you can even surpass it, but it's just a good way to challenge yourself even more, right? Rather than saying, I want to change jobs, say what kind of job do you want to get, in what company, and at which level. Be as specific as possible when you're making your long-term goals. I love making goals because it's free, right? And we can dream, and it's like a catalog. You can choose whatever you want. And goals have to inspire you. They have to inspire you to work harder and work toward your goal. Harder and smarter, right? And passion is so important in setting your goals. Don't just follow trends. Don't just follow what your friends are doing. Do something that you really passionate about. And you can remind yourself your goals and vision by having a dream board, or some others call it a vision board, where you stick like photos of things that you would like to acquire in your life. They can be material or immaterial. Just stick them on a wall and then have a look at them on a daily basis. It's a way of programming your mind to success. And if you don't want to stick them on a wall, you can have them on a wallpaper of your phone so that you can have a look at them throughout the day. Alright, so now that you know what your objectives and long-term goals are, or at least review them if you already have them, it's time to reverse engineer. In other words, you know your goals, so what are the actions and steps that you need to take in order to achieve those goals? So the first one would be month by month planning. So each month you would have a focus. So say for example, during the month of October, you're focusing into researching. That's going to be the main thing throughout the month. And all the weekly and daily actions are going to fall under this main focus. And then when your weekly goals are set, then you can move forward to the daily plan. So I know if you're doing this for the first time, it may get overwhelming, but trust me, the more you do it, the more comfortable you get and the easier it becomes. Alright, so to help you with this monthly planning, I have this download for you. You can check it out in the description box below. You can download it and print it out and start really planning the month and giving it some thought before you just move forward with various actions. It's so important to have this strategy so your energy, focus, and attention are focused. So the planner will help you with productivity and growth, whether it is on a personal or professional level. Alright guys, so that's it for today. Before you go, stay here, just let me know down below what is your biggest focus for the month of October. What are you going to be working on? What are your goals? And specifically the main thing that you'd like to have achieved by October 31st. Let me know down below. As always, please like the video if you liked it, share it with your friends, and thank you so much for watching it all the way to here. If you stayed till here, thank you so much. And we stay in touch on social media, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!